Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Intelligent people are never miserable. Intellectuals are intelligently miserable. They justify. Under these circumstances, anybody could be miserable. And I am that anybody who is miserable. Therefore, one of the aspects of the spiritual practice is we have to go beyond intellect. Intellect is a place where cause and effect is considered as real. And such people are constantly getting lost in finding out why this has happened, why this is like that. See? And they will be asking this question to anybody. See? The other day, somewhere, when I was going by car, so there were some passengers in the car in addition to the driver. So they have to talk. Without talking, they can't survive. So the question is, Swamiji, why there is so much traffic in Bombay? I said, because they are all my children. So wherever there is a Bap, there are children. No, you are getting angry. I said, I am not getting angry, I am feeling disgusted. See, friends, what is the need? See, friends, and such people think they are very intelligent. They are dumb. And therefore, when Anando Brahmeti Vijanat, when we come to discover, as Bhrigu came to discover, that we are bliss. We don't have to struggle to get happiness in this life. The struggle leads to blisters and never to bliss. So, after this was over, Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya Parave Vyoman Pratishtita. Now this Bhargavi Varuni Vidya, Bhargavi because it was given to Bhrigu, Varuni because it was given by Varuna, his Guru father. So where it is this Upanishad happening somewhere outside? Himalayas? No. This is one of the most important things. Everything must be centered around our being. See? Parame Vyoman Pratishtita. In the supreme space, there are three spaces. See? One space is the gross space, where you and me and a gross world is existing. That is the lowest space. In this space, the world that we experience or the world where we enjoy or suffer, this world exists in this gross space. This is the lowest space. The second space is the mental space, where all the experiences keep on happening. All the experience, good or bad. That is the second space. So some of us are lost in this world. And remove this thing from here. Agarbatti. Keep it near you. So, some of us are lost in the gross world, and the whole life is spent only running after the gross world. Second type of people are lost only in their experiences. And they keep on gathering so many experiences, and thereafter they want to write a book on their experiences. When Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan was the President of India, there was one American who came and he had an audience with the President and he said, Sir, I am thrilled to visit your lovely country. I am thinking of writing a book. So Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan smiled at him and said, Good. When did you come here? He said, I am here for last 1 week. Oh, that's why. When you stay in India for 1 week, you think of writing a book. When you stay in India for 1 year, you think of writing an article. And when you live in India, you stop writing and start living. See, friends. Because what are the books? They are nothing but their experiences. And such people are lost only in these experiences. Those who carry the burden of the past experiences, that is the definition of ego, which must go. See? Try not to talk about your past. And now talk. See, friends, all that we talk to the world is only with reference to the past. And where all these experiences are happening? They are happening in the mind, the mental space. So, some of us are lost in the worldly possessions. Some of us are lost in the worldly relations. Possessions are in the outer world. Relations are in the inner world. A mule carrying the burden of possessions and relations is called as ego. See, friends. Then, this is the second space. Here it is said, Parave Vyoman Pratishtita. See, Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya Parave Vyoman Pratishtita. Now, what is the supreme space? Like we have got the various, the infinitive, comparative and superlative. Infinitive is good. Comparative is better. Superlative is best. In the same manner, infinitive is this gross world and the gross space. Then the comparative is better than the gross space is the mental space. And best of all the spaces is the conscious space, the Chidakash. Conscious space is the solid space. Space because it contains everything. Solid because other than it there is nothing else. See, friends. So where is this Varuni Vidya? Where is this Brahmananda? It is neither in the objective world nor in the experiences of the objective world. Then it is an experience where experiencer and the experienced duality disappears. Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya. This is the truth. Now see, we have neither gone anywhere, nor we have done anything, nor we have understood anything. It is not understanding, it is standing under. See, friends, Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya Parame Vyuman Pratishta Saya Evam Veda Pratitishthati. Now he who is abiding in this bliss, Pratitishthati, he alone is recognized in this whole world. See, friends, and his recognition is not because of advertisement. It just happens like When there are sweets somewhere, the ants are not advertised. There are some sweets lying over here. All the ants and aunties are requested to come over here. No, they reach. See, friends. Therefore, Parame Vyoman Pratishtita Saya Evam Veda Pratitishthati. And what is Pratishtha? Pratishtha means that position which can never be destroyed, which can never be taken away. See, in Bhagavad Mahapuran, one story comes. There is one great devotee, Dhruva, a small boy, 5 years, and he does tapasya. And Bhagwan Narayana comes. And Bhagwan says, I know why you are doing it. You will get a place where you will be permanently there. Nobody will ask you to get out. So he became the king of the earth. After he dies, he became the king of the Dhruva Lok, the North Pole. See? He became the king there. That time the event tells in Bhagavad, when the Lord says, you will get a permanent place to stay in this world, instead of becoming happy, he becomes miserable. Why he becomes miserable is because after having had the vision of God, instead of merging in Him, what he has asked? See? You can imagine a person having a tobacco in his hand and looking around. What he must be looking around? Chuna. See, friends, a person who is lost in this world, he can never think of something higher. Therefore, Pratitishthati, and this Pratishtha is what? He is looked after by the divine, because he is one with the divine. If you see all the great masters, you read their life stories, they moved in this world free, without knowing what is going to come and not come. See? Therefore, Pratitishthati, and now this Pratishtha is explained. Annavanannado bhavati. First, he attains not only the material prosperity and the spiritual prosperity, but annadaha. Annada means the one who can enjoy, who can eat the food. There are many people, they feel so miserable when the sweets come in front of them. Doctor had told them, if you eat the sweet, next 1 teaspoonful, you can book your graveyard. Okay? Okay. But is there any way? So food is there, anna is there. But annadaha, the eater of the anna, is not available because there is no possibility. Here the teacher says, prosperity with the ability to enjoy without getting entangled in the enjoyment, that happens to such great masters. See, many of us have got this funny notion that spirituality means, oh, I am simple living, high thinking. It is not simple living, high thinking. It is stupid thinking and shabby living. See, friends, therefore, annavan annado bhavati, then mahan bhavati. He is no more limited in his small little township, but he is known the world over. Mahan bhavati. And prajaya pashubhir brahma varchasena. Praja is children. There are 2 types of children. I am not talking legal and illegal. There are 2 types of children. One type of children are called as Bindu Santati. And second type of children are called as Nada Santati. Bindu Santati is the biological children. Nada Santati is those who are following him because of the knowledge, the wisdom that he gives. They are called as disciples or the devotees. Prajaya Pashubhir. Pashu refers to the prosperity. Brahma Varchasena. So in addition to the prosperity, affluence, Brahma Varchas, His abidance in the absolute is never compromised, is ever the same. This is what Bhagavan Shankara defines or says. Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihinaha yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati eva. Such a master is ever blissful all the time in the same mode. Mahan Kirtya, and his Kirti, his fame and name is all over the world. After having told this about the importance of Anna is now further told. And through this some subtle point is given. If you read only the translation, you will never come to know what is meant over here. See, Annam na nindyat tadvratam prano va annam shariram annadam prane shariram pratishtitam sharire prana pratishthitaha tadai tadannamanne pratishtitam saye tadannamanne pratishtitam veda pratidishtati annavan annado bhavati mahan bhavati prajaya pashubhir brahmavarchasena mahan kirtya. Annam na nindyat. Anna refers to the food as well as the body, Annamaya Kosha. So, Annam na nindyat, never condemn any food. See, certain things I will tell you which you may like, you may not like, I don't care. There are many people who are obsessed about food. And their obsession is, they want to impose their views on the whole world. Like, once I was invited for lunch. Here only in Bombay, somewhere in Bandra, I don't remember whose house. But this particular thing I can never forget. And when I went to their house, they received with all the light and, aarti and everything. And then, Swamiji, you don't mind you take food, we'll take later. I said, why? No, actually, we are all in our house, we are naturopathy followers. But for you, we have prepared good food. I said, then I will also take naturopathy. Let me see what it is. So there were 7 pots, big pots. In that, that wheat grass was growing, everything raw. So I immediately came on my knees and the hands. I said, which I should start grazing? Naturopathy. We do not have 4 stomachs like cows and buffaloes. We have got only 1 stomach. And we have to eat the cooked food. See, friends, but they get lost so much obsession. Second obsession in the world is organic. Label is organic, inside is inorganic. And the important thing is, food can never be inorganic. Food is always organic. I take organic food. As if some people take plastic food or what? Another obsession. Third obsession is, and there is a style of it. I am not non-vegetarian, I am vegetarian. Above vegetarian, I am vegan. Still upper. Vegan means the one who doesn't take the dairy products. Why be obsessed about food? Some of us are obsessed about, I take only sattvic food. No salt, no spices. Are you a human being or a buffalo? But that is my specialty. And the worst is the vegetarian fellows. They are so against this non-vegetarian food. You don't eat, doesn't matter. But those who are eating, don't condemn them. See, as long as they don't come and pluck your finger and eat like a carrot, then it's okay. See, friends, in one place I attended one function, and there this vegetarianism was spoken so violently. It was not a non-violent expression. Violent expression of vegetarianism. One speaker said, whenever I see these non-vegetarian people walking, I see it is a mobile graveyard of the dead animals. And the audience, tack, 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 tack. How disgusting it is. Who has given you the authority to talk and comment on somebody's food habits? Annam na nindyat. Don't condemn food. If you don't like, don't eat. You are not required to eat. For example, I avoid milk products because it doesn't suit to my system. Does it mean I should condemn? Hey, doodh pita. If the milk was required for the human beings, our mothers would have given milk throughout life. Nature has not given milk to the ladies, to the mothers for the whole life because we don't need. You are taking away the milk from the cows and milk is actually a blood. You are Ram. What nonsense. See friends, annam na nindyat. Don't condemn food. And it is said, tad vratam. Vratam means what? Second important point. We all have to be committed to something. Vratam is, whenever we take any undertaking, we are committed to that. Commitment is necessary. Otherwise, we cannot remain focused on anything in life. So, tad vratam. Then, now the teacher goes further. Prano va annam shariram annadam. Prana, the life is the food, and shariram annadam. Anna adam means the one who eats the food. Because the prana goes inside the body, therefore prana, the life force, is the food, and the body is the one who eats the prana. See, this is very subtle thought. So, pranova annam shariram annadam, then prane shariram pratishtitam. But where is the body? Body is in the prana. If there is no prana, body cannot exist. Then what do you want to say? Therefore, sharire prana pratishtitaha. So, the prana is in the body is in the prana. And in this manner, tadetadannamanne pratishtitam. Thus, these two, body and the life, they are mutually dependent on each other. If there is only body, no life, it is a dead body. If there is life and no body, you cannot experience. See, friends. So, the prana and the body, they are mutually dependent. Be attentive. Anything which is mutually dependent is supported by something which is independent of the two. See, it's a rule, simple rule. See? Like husband and wife, they are mutually dependent. If there is no husband, the woman cannot be wife. If there is no wife, the man cannot be husband. So they are mutually dependent. But both of them are supported by the third principle. The third principle is respectively man and woman. So in this mutual dependence, the prana and the body, what is the reality? Reality is something other than mutual dependence, and mutual dependence is cause and effect. Be very attentive. This world is defined in our scriptures as with three parameters. The inert world, dravya, second, the activity, and third, the knowledge. World is nothing but these three things. Matter, activity, knowledge. What is the cause of matter? Oh, you are very intelligent, you are asking questions. Many of us have got this notion. When somebody asks a question, he is intelligent. One mother, she told me, Swamiji, my son is so intelligent, he asked me so many questions and I can't answer. I said, therefore, whether he is intelligent or not, I don't know, but you are dumb. Because you can't answer the question. And second thing, those who ask the question, they cannot be intelligent. See? Those who answer the question, they are intelligent, not those who ask the question. So we ask the question, what is the cause of this matter? Then we are told, Tamoguna is the cause of matter, and we are quietened. What is the cause of dynamism? Oh, it is Rajoguna. Oh. Then, what is the cause of this knowledge? It is Sattvaguna. And then we start glorifying. I am not a Tamoguni like my wife. Wife says, I am not Rajoguni like my husband. The child says, I am Sattvaguni. I don't bother for both of them. In this manner, we start imagining Tamoguna is bad, Rajoguna is terrible, and Sattvaguna is good. Therefore, I am goody. I am Sattvic. Gujaratis name their children with the name Sattvic because it is good. See, friends, now be attentive. Because of the inert matter, when we labeled it as an effect, we have to find out the cause. So, cause is given as Tamoguna. When we are seeing the activity in this world as effect, cause is Rajoguna. When we are seeing knowledge in this world, cause is the Sattvaguna. So, from the effect, cause is established. So, effect is the cause of the cause, and cause is the cause of the effect. Mutual dependence. Till such time, we are lost in this mutual dependence. We are in samsara. Therefore, here the teacher says, Sharire prana pratishtita tad etad annam anne pratishtitam saya etad annam anne pratishtitam veda. He who thus knows this. See, one father was scolding his son. I gave you birth and you behave this way. So the son said, Dad, enough is enough. Who told you, you gave me birth? So the father started shivering. Now what is coming? So the son said, I gave you birth. When I was not born, who called you dad? So whose father is who? Whether the father is the father of the son or the son is the father of the father. Find out. But both of them are supported by the man who is independent of the father and son. When the son dies, nothing happens to the father. When the father dies, nothing happens to the son because they are no more there. And nothing happens to the man anyway. He who comes to know the substratum of this relative world is ever reveling in the divine. This can happen only with understanding. See? Take an example. When my wife died, who is miserable? I as a man will never be miserable. And because the wife died, I cannot be a husband. So when I am not a husband, so husband cannot be miserable and man cannot be miserable. Therefore when the wife died, nobody is miserable. And we become miserable. Oh God, I lost my wife. Who is crying? Husband? You are not a husband. Without wife you cannot be a husband. Think about it. The day we come to know this, that this world that we are living in is only mutually dependent. Get out of this mutual dependence and come to the substratum. See? East is dependent on West. East and West, they are dependent North and South. Which is the reality? The East is because of the sunrise, or the sun rises in the East? Because who is who? So neither the sunrise nor the East is the reality, the space is the reality. In the space, there is neither East nor West, nor South nor North. He who thus comes to discover this substratum. The food sustains the body sustains the food. See? The food is eaten by the teeth. The teeth are eaten by the food. See, friends. So who is who? Whether there is food or no teeth, mouth remains. Mouth is the same. This understanding, it is said here, Saya etadannamanye pratishtitam veda pratithishtati. He thus remains undisturbed eternally in this world of turmoils. There is neither respect nor disrespect. Many of us have many notions about ourselves. I am so and so, I should get recognition. And if we don't get recognition, we become miserable. We all carry two images with us. One, we have image about ourselves. Then the people also have the image about us. When these two images do not match, then the honor-dishonor begins. See, friends, therefore, this world has always been like this. Abide in your own essentials. Bhagavan Krishna defines God realization in this term. When he says, all the pairs of complementary opposites, joy, sorrows, heat, cold, loss, gain, they come and dash against us. The equanimity of our mind remains uncorrupted. The second thing, manapamanayoho prashantasya. The one whose peace doesn't get influenced by honor or dishonor. He is abiding in the truth. Be attentive. Therefore, what should be the spiritual practice? Be very attentive. Spiritual practice is take every experience of our life as a spiritual examination. Every experience. The moment we start feeling being neglected, insulted, we have failed in the examination. The moment we get disturbed because of anything around us, we have failed in the examination. See, once I asked in a school class, if you want to be the first at a national level, what has to be done? So the children started telling, we should study hard, we should know the answers, we should know perfectly, we should be able to finish within the stipulated period, all the questions should be solved correctly. I said, all of you are correct, not fully. Then what is lacking? First thing is, you must appear for the examination. If you don't appear for the examination, there is no possibility that you can be declared as first. Friends, the real spiritual practice is this. Take every interaction with the world as spiritual examination. Now what is an examination? Where you are supposed to be prepared. You can't say, it was very difficult. No, the examinations are meant to be like that. See? Therefore, Saya etadannamanye pratishtitam veda pratithishtati. Thus go beyond the relative mutual dependence and come to yourself. Continue. So annavan annado bhavati mahan bhavati prajaya pashubhid brahma varchasena. Thus he attains prosperity and a healthy life to enjoy, and also affluence, recognition in the world, and his glory goes beyond the limits. Continuing further, annamna parichakshita Tadvratam apo va annam jyotirannadam apsu jyoti pratishtitam jyotishapaha pratishtitaha tad etadannamanne pratishtitam saya etadannamanne pratishtitam veda pratitishthati annavanannado bhavati mahan bhavati prajaya pashubhir brahmavarchasena mahan kirtya. Now, the second commitment to walk the spiritual path, annamna parichakshita, do not waste food, do not be insulting to the food. Don't insult food, parichakshita. See, I do not know, one person came from Germany and he was telling me the experience. He said, Swamiji, we went, three of us, to one restaurant, and as Indians we ordered so many things which we cannot eat. So we left the food like that. So immediately some other person came and he said, you please eat this, don't waste. Why did you order so much? But we have paid for it, that doesn't make any difference. You have paid doesn't mean you have right to waste the food. Annamna parichakshita. One of the most important things. Take only that much as much you can eat. I was in US many years before. There was a retreat. And in that retreat, so many people, and I was also standing in a queue to take food in a plate. There was one boy in front of me, maybe about 10 years, 12 years. He has taken so much of food, maybe more heavier than his weight. I said, hey, why do you take so much? You can't eat. Take only that much as you can eat. His father was behind me. I didn't know that. He said, sir, we have paid for the wastage. See, the arrogance. Because you have money, that doesn't mean we should be arrogant in life. Annamna parichakshita. One of the most important things. And then tadvratam, then here also, apo va annam jyotirannadam. So, apa, the waters, is the food, jyotirannadam, the jyoti, it devours the waters. And similarly, apsu jyoti pratishtitam, and in the waters are the fire heated. In this manner, jyotishapaha pratishthitaha. So, both are essential for sustenance. The light or the heat as well as the waters. And both of them sustain the life. And the life is in the body. And all of them are sustained by the one reality. The life of a saint is not sustained by a sattvic Brahman, and the life of a criminal is not sustained by a rajasic Brahman. The truth is one and the same. Tadvratam. Thus, when our attention is on the substratum, the world will have no impact on us. See, friends. Tadvratam. Otherwise, we get carried away for all unwanted things. And another most important thing, please remember, this has happened in Calcutta many years before. After my talk was over, there I spoke on Dhruva Charitra. One lady came, she said, Swamiji, today you have taken away a big burden from my head. I said, thank God, not me. He said, anyway, I'll tell you what was my burden. I said, I don't want to know. Why should I carry your burden? No, but I want to tell you, I have been on the spiritual path for many years. And we were told right from childhood, we should love everybody. But I tell you frankly, I cannot love my mother-in-law. So, this was becoming a big, obstacle for me. Does it mean that I will not be able to walk the spiritual path if I don't love my mother-in-law? So then what happened? You told in today's lecture. So I was, frightened. I don't know what did I tell. She said, you told, don't expect you will like everything in this world. Because, be attentive, mind is made up of these opposites. If the mind is focused only on the one, the mind dissolves. When I call somebody tall, I already created a short. When I call somebody fat, I have created a thin. When I call somebody a rich person, I have created a poor. This is the fabric of mind. So don't imagine that I can love all. No. See? Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, such a devotee is dear to me. That means who is not a devotee is not dear to me, clearly. See, friends, then what do we understand? Again Bhagavad Gita tells, Indriyasya indriyasyarthe ragadvesho vyavastito. It is natural that the mind will have likes and dislikes for the things and beings in this world. It is natural. Don't condemn yourself. Then what is to be done? Tayoho vasham na agachet. Don't come under the influence of the likes and dislikes towards things and beings. Then what is to be done? Protect the equanimity of your mind. See, it is something like this. As I gave you just now example, milk doesn't suit my system, so I avoid milk. Does it mean that I hate milk? In the same manner, our individual chemistry need not match with everyone. And because of that, don't feel guilty, don't feel bad about it. Guilt is the worst thing in the life. Protect yourself. And that protection is such issues, such things, such beings to which our mind is allergic, keep away. Don't fight. Don't try to, react. Because every reaction will bring it inside. One example I'll give you. One day somebody called me and he told me, Swamiji, you come for lunch or dinner or whatever. Then, but I have got a request. You come alone, don't bring that person with you. I said, okay, I'll not bring. I'll come alone. Do you know why? I said, I don't want to know. This is one of the highest spiritual practices. We don't want to know anything about anybody. Why we should know? No, I don't like that man. I hate him. I said, all right. And when I went to his house, so I saw around and I laughed. He said, why I laugh? I said, I am seeing that person here everywhere. He said, no, he is not inside the house. I said, he is inside your heart. You don't allow him to come in the house, but he is in your heart, is it not? Because you hate him. If something is in your house, you can throw it away. Something is in your heart, oh God. So what is to be done? Remain indifferent. Protect yourself. Our peace of mind, our equanimity is more valuable than anything in this world. See? Therefore, here the teacher says that etadanna manne pratishtitam veda pratithishtati. So come back to your essential nature. This world has always been like this. Don't get carried away. You are the support. If you are not there, nothing is there. In the dream, if you are seeing a bad person and a good person, so after you wake up, will you be hating that bad person? Because you know, good and bad was only the projection of your own mind. Exactly the same way. In the waking world also, it is only the chemistry matching, that's all. There is no friend, there is no enemy in this world. See? Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Shatro mitre putre bandhu ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhav. Live in this world in such a manner. Don't create friends and enemies. Remain indifferent. How do we remain indifferent? Like we listen to Vedanta, we are indifferent. Nothing can touch us. Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha. So many Mahatmas have come and gone, but nothing has ever touched us. Ever rooted, don't know where. So, continuing this thought, Annam bahu kurvita tadvratam prithviva annam akashonnadaha prithvyam akasha pratishtitaha akashe prithvi pratishtita tad etadannamanne pratishtitam saya etadannamanne pratishtitam veda pratidishtati annavanannado bhavati mahan bhavati prajaya pashubhir brahmavarchasena mahan kirtya annam bahu kurvita. Now see, never be satisfied with poverty. Annam bahu kurvita. Work hard and be prosperous. Many people have this notion that living in poverty is being spiritual. No, it is being lazy. See, friends, work hard, earn a lot of money. It is necessary. But don't be slave to the money. One example I'll give you. One of my friend, he retired in Bombay only. Now he is somewhere in South. He was a civil engineer. So when he retired, there was a dinner party. I was called. I ate nicely. Then he declared before everybody, friends, today I am retired. From tomorrow onwards, I am going to be with Swamiji. I will do everything for him. Right from washing his clothes, taking care of his house, taking care of everything, whatever he tells me. After his declaration was over, I got up. May I declare something? Yes. Thank you very much for offering. Only to protect me from people like you, I have no ashram. Don't hang around me. You know, Apple has got that hangout, isn't it? So don't hang around me. Vedanta tells us very clearly, if you study Vivek Chudamani, after the whole knowledge was given, thereafter the teacher went his way, the disciple went his way. Vedanta Guru will never carry the disciple like a mule on his back. No. Discover your independence. Be free. See? No Vedantic teacher will able to, if you do this thing, Guru Droha. No. The knowledge liberates you, not binds you. See, friends. So, I told him, you are not going to be around me any time. Keep away. I don't like the stickers. I want my freedom. That is the reason when I go in a car, I don't carry anybody, because my all work happens only on the phone when I am traveling. And then it becomes a news. You know, Swamiji had this thing, he had, asthma. Slowly that asthma becomes serious, No. He had tuberculosis. No. He had cancer. No. He died. See, you know that Chinese game? When you go on telling something, what comes out is totally different. See, friends. Therefore I told him, no, you are not going to be around me anytime. Swamiji, I had that dream that I will serve you. I said, I am saved. Thank God you told me before public. Then what do I do? I said, okay, you want to do that, I can tell you. Don't give up your profession. Whatever you are expert in, continue the same job. But I will not get the job, that you don't worry, it is my responsibility, you will get the job. Okay, apply somewhere, you will get. Thereafter, then whatever you earn, That will be mine because now I have employed you there. Agree? Yes. I said, I'll tell you later, you get a job. And within 15 days, 1 month, he got a job in Middle East. Good job. He phoned me, Swamiji, as per your orders, I got the job. I am getting 700,000 rupees per month. Very good. I hereby sanction you 50% for your daily maintenance. Remaining 50%, take up any cause what you respect. If you ask me, educate the children. Whosoever is neither able to get the scholarship, nor able to get the reservation, nor able to be very bright student, such students are the most miserable in the society. Take up their cause and do that. And he did it, not only talking, he did it. Within 2, 3, 4 years, as if a bud opened into a beautiful, beautiful fragrant flower. Today, he has grown up so much. He translated all the Vedas in Tamil, day and night sitting. He says, Swamiji, this joy is infinite. See? That is spiritual life. Otherwise, हम गुरु महाराज की सेवा करते हैं. What is सेवा? दबाव. Press the feet, press the hands. महाराज, आपका गला दुख रहा है. हाँ जी, दबाओ. See, friend, that is not being a devotee. That is being a leech. Annam bahukurvita tadvratam prithiveva annam akasho annadaha. So the space is the container in which the earth is contained, and prithvivyam akasha pradishtitaha. And in the space, in the earth, the akash, the space is there. In this manner, both of them are supporting each other, and therefore both of them are supported by the third factor, which is supporting both the space and the earth, and that is our essential nature. If I is not there, there is neither the space nor the earth. All of them are supported by me, who supports everything but needs no support. See, this is a very subtle point. Mutual dependence is illusion. Because of the eyes, we can see the colors and forms. Because of the colors and forms, whether eyes are functional or not, it is established. So, if there is absolute darkness, you cannot taste somebody's vision. You require colors and forms. So, colors and forms are established because of the vision, and vision is established because of the colors and forms. They are mutually dependent. And the independent factor behind this mutual dependence is the mind. Whether there are colors and forms, whether there is vision or not, mind continues to exist. Discover this independent substratum which is supporting the whole world. And therefore, whether colors and forms are there or not, vision is there or not, mind remains uninfluenced by their presence or absence. When there are many colors and forms, it is not a burden for the mind to know that. When there are no colors and forms, it is not a loss to the mind. Mind continues to be as it is. Discover this truth. This is the way discard the objects, come to the sense organs. Discard the sense organs, come to the mind. Transcend the mind and you come to a point. Yad gatva nanivartante. You do not get lost in this relative world. Why we get lost is only because objects cover the sense organs. Sense organs cover the mind. The mind covers the consciousness. This covering is like what? Be very attentive. The covering is something like this, The ocean covers the waters. The waves cover the ocean. We are looking at the ocean but we talk about waves. We jump into the waters, but we say it's ocean. So the same water is the reality. And in that water, there is no ocean as the cause and waves as the effect. The reality is the water. Remove the waters. Neither there can be waves or the ocean, cause and effect, are merely superimposed on the absolute waters. In the same manner, this whole world of relative existence, experiencer and experienced, both of them are supported by the same reality. When it is objectively prominent, it is called as the world. When it is subjectively prominent, it is called as the I. Get this vision clear. See what a joy it is. You must have seen when Kali Mata is standing with her tongue out and the Mundamala, the garland of the human heads, and she is standing on Lord Shiva. Shiva is lying on the floor. See? So when objectivity is prominent, it is the world. When subjectivity is prominent, it is meditation. See? When Lord Shiva sits for meditation, you must have seen the pictures. When Lord Shiva sits for meditation, the Shakti, the Parvati is nowhere. He is alone. And when Shakti, Parvati, Kali Mata, whatever you call, is manifest, Shiva is hidden at the base. See, friends, when the words become prominent, the world is born. When you drop the words, the world slowly gets dissolving. But it has not fully dissolved, because it is opposite to the sounds. Sounds and silence, samsara. Go beyond the sounds and silence, Paramatma. Now see here, there is no hell, there is no heaven, there is no last life, there is no next life, there is no sin, there is no merit, there is no asana, there is no pranayam, there is no charity, there is no going to hell or heaven. You are that. This alone leads to fulfillment in life. We have been struggling in our life for fulfillment of desires. But we have never analyzed fulfillment of desires cannot be equal to fulfillment in life, because desires have no end. You fulfill one desire, the second desire will stand up. Fulfill the second desire, the third will stand up. No end to it. See, friends, tadat etadannamanye pratishtitam veda pratitishthati. And then, as a byproduct of this spiritual evolution or abidance in the truth, is like we keep the cow for the milk. Cow dung you get free. And cow dung is supposed to be holy. But nobody keeps the cow for the cow dung. See, friends, this gender bias has gone so bad, there is no end to it. Cow dung is holy, but bullshit is bad, is it not? Both of them are shits. But when it is cow dung, it is holy. Bullshit. Ram, Ram, Ram. What a importance is given to the gender bias. When we walk on the spiritual path, this gender bias must disappear. Then only the truth is revealed. Man is man because of the woman, and woman is woman because of the man. But both of them are because of the reality. If the reality is taken away, neither the man is the man, woman is the woman. In this manner, annam bahu kurvita tadvratam. So produce a lot and lot of wealth. Don't lead a frustrated, a poverty-stricken life. That is not spiritual life. न कंचन वसतो प्रत्याचक्षीत तद्व्रतं तस्माद्यया कयाच विदया बहुवन्नं प्राप्नुयान् अराध्यस्मा अन्नमित्याचक्षते एतद्वै मुखतोन्नगं राद्धं मुखतोऽस्मान्नगं राध्यते एतद्वै मद्यतोन्नगं राद्धं मद्यतोऽस्मान्नगं राध्यते एतद्वा अन्ततोन्नगं राद्धं अन्ततोऽस्मान्नगं राध्यते य एवं वेद क्षेम इति वाची योगक्षेम इति प्राणापानयोः कर्मेति हस्तयोः गतिरिति पादयोः विमुक्तिरिति पायो इति मानुषी समाज्ञाः अथ दैवी तृप्तिरिति वृष्टि वृष्टौ बलमिति विद्युति यश इति पशुषु ज्योतिरिति नक्षत्रेषु प्रजातिरमृतमानन्द इत्युपस्थे सर्वमित्याकाशे तदैतत् प्रतिष्ठेत्युपासीत प्रतिष्ठावान् भवति तन्मः इत्युपासीत महान् भवति. Now the upasana, this is called as upasana. Upasana means approaching nearer to the truth. Upasana means seeing the supreme in the ridiculous. We go and buy a statue from the market after bargaining. See, we don't go and directly buy. In one shop, when I went, I said, I don't have to buy, I just come to see your shop. He said, Swamiji, please give me something. I said, what do you want? He said, I want some advice from you. People come and bargain here. And I get so disgusted. So I had to first of all inflate the price and then bargain and come down. Is there any way that I cannot bargain and still my shopping or the marketing can go? I said, yes, you put a board there. What is the board? Our customer is a king. Make it big. Next line. Kings never bargain. So he put that board. Next year when he, Swamiji, you are a genius. Really. People come first, they read that. Customer is the king, they feel good. But the king never bargains. So we go to the market, bargain the God, and come home, and then tell to that God, oh God, kindly do this, kindly do that. No. Therefore, lead a perfect life, full of joy, cheer, prosperity. That is spiritual life. Many of us have got this wrong notion that somebody is, not eating food and living a very weird life, all the jata, and not having... That is not. You go to Kumbh Melas, you get all the characters like this. And we imagine that is spirituality. No. That is only living at a body level. They don't want to go beyond the body. If you want to sleep on the iron nail bed, sleep at home. Why you have to show to the public, dekho my so-so? Who cares? There is no need. You can stand on, a headstand position, Shirshasana for half an hour. Stand. Urdhva Moola Madhyashakam Vaishvata. I can do all the asanas. Do. How does it matter? Is it a performance? See, when our Mirabai used to sing before her beloved Lord, she was singing for the Lord, not a performance on the stage. Mere to Giridhara Gopala, 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 Gopala. Finally, the people get disgusted, start clapping, and then he feels, oh, they appreciated. It was not appreciation, they were fed up. There was one man who was singing something, and the audience said, once more. So he got very inspired. Again he sang. Once, twice, thrice, 4, 5, 6 times, 8th time. Once more. He said, I have never come across such an audience who has asked to repeat the performance so many times. You liked it so much? They said, no, till you sing correctly. Keep on singing. You are singing wrong. See, friends, spiritual practice is not a performance on the stage. It is a subjective experience. We don't have to show to others. See, friends, unless you are in the Western world, you don't have to tell 100 times, I love you, I love you. There you see the parents and children talking to each other. The father talks to the son. After every sentence, dear, I love you, okay? I love you. You have to say I love you because you don't have love. The real love is that which doesn't become vocal, which remains in the heart. It is not a public exhibition. See, what do you call that? Valet day. It is Valet day. It is not Valentine. It's a Valet mountain, not a tiny one. That is not the real spiritual practice. So, nakanchana vasato pratyachakshita. Whenever anybody comes to your house, treat him with good food. See? Nakanchana vasato pratyachakshita tadvratam. Yaya kayati vidaya bhavannam apnuyad. And if you have to treat somebody, you must have a lot of food, lot of prosperity. And when you give food or somebody, it can be given in 3 ways. 1, respectfully. 2, okay, come, never mind, half-heartedly. 3, see, I don't have dogs. The food will anyway go waste. Why don't you take it? 3rd class way. So in this manner, if the food is given, accordingly you get the things in return. And thereafter, when a person thus leads the real spiritual life, then evam veda kshema iti vachi, yoga kshema iti pranapanayoho, karme iti hastayoho. Then he comes to know kshema iti vachi. From his vacha, the speech, only kshema, the welfare of the whole universe is spoken of. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha. It becomes natural. See? Therefore, the great masters never curse. Those who give shop, they are the shopping centers. They are not the masters. We don't have the business to curse anybody in this world. See, friends, remain absolutely indifferent to everything in this world. Then only we can be with ourselves. And once we have discovered our essential nature, thereafter, don't take life seriously. We just live here for a time pass. That's it. And then, through the hand, it is only the Paramatma who is expressing Gati Palayoho. Through the legs, it is the Lord only expressing. In this manner, our whole expressions are possible only because of the divine sanction. In this manner, in the outer world also, it is the same Lord who is appearing in the form of the sun, the moon, the lightning, the water, the rains, everywhere. It is the same reality. Thus, scriptures tell us, change your vision. And when we change our vision, then not only in our own being, but everywhere we will have the same divine experience. Because we look at the world from where we are. This is the most important principle. If I consider myself to be a rich man, the world is divided into poor and rich. If I consider myself to be the unmarried person, then the world is divided into two, the married and the happy. In this manner, we look at the world from where we are. And if we have discovered our divine nature, then for us, other than the divinity, nothing else is. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.